Morning, everybody. It's 8:47 on this Friday, end of the week, and this is your pre-opening comment video number 2061. Okay, Asia and Europe both slightly higher on the back of yesterday's gain here. China, however, is a at its lowest point in 5 years, so things not looking great there. We had non-farm payrolls, and it was a huge number and very hot. Non-farm payrolls up 353,000 versus an expectation of 185. They also revised last month's pretty dramatically, up to 316 from the low 200s. The unemployment rate is 3.7. At average hourly earnings up 6 tenths versus an expectation of up 3 tenths. And that is on a monthly basis. The year over year number is way up at 4.5. Average hourly work week 34.1 hours. That's down 2 tenths. And the labor participation rate continues to go in the wrong direction, down to 62.5. That matches last month, but expectations were for a better number. The underemployment rate, the U6, that one was 7.2 versus 7.1. The futures, which have been pretty much all over the place, came into this morning on yesterday's strength in the Meta, Amazon, and Apple earnings. The Dow was up about 42. It's now down 90. The NASDAQ was up 193, and it fell back to 100. Last I saw was up 93. So 193 to 93. And the S&P, which was up as much as $34, is now up 11. So they took this stuff down pretty heavily. The chart on the screen is the oil, and it has come in pretty harshly. We ran into this 100-day moving average, had a couple of lower high, lower low days, and then yesterday we broke on the news that it looked like there might be a ceasefire. This also killed the shippers, Zim, Eagle, and Star Bulk. Eagle and Star Bulk are in a deal, in case you have forgotten. But interest rates really popped. We were down 26 basis points for the week, and 10 of those came back almost immediately after these numbers came out. The gold was down again. Let's get a look at the entire universe here. Really nothing much in the grains. Oil down 51, heating oil down 3.3, gasoline down 2.5, nat gas up a penny. The gold is now down 20. I've been talking about this up against these highs, that it looked like we were going to get a reversal. That's exactly what happened. And right now we're pretty much on about, not exactly the low of the week, but on a weekly basis. We closed last week at 2044 and change. We're 2053, so that's better, but it looks nothing like the 2074, that 2083 that we saw yesterday. So the bonds have come in pretty hard. And last I saw, they were down over a point. Let's go to those at the bottom of the page. They're down a point and a half. That is pushing the dollar up 56 cents. Bitcoin down a little, Ethereum down a little, nothing really overwhelming. And we also had earnings this morning. We had two beats in energy. We had Exxon beat by 28 cents, but miss on revenues. Same situation with Chevron, um, beat by 26 cents, missed on revenue, increased their quarterly dividend 8% to $1.63. So we'll have to see how that looks. Apple down 5, Meta up almost 70 on that huge number yesterday, and those big improvements in the buyback, 50 billion share repurchase. Clorox up 11, Deckers up 74. Skechers down 6 on their miss and poor guidance. Intel delaying their $20 billion Ohio project based on a slow chip market. This is what I've been trying to explain to you for the last 2 weeks, and that is that the chip market is incredibly fickle. People order double and triple what they actually need when there's a shortage, and then, of course, production turns it into a glut. Okay, last minute look here at the 10 year. 399. That was 384 yesterday. S&P now up only $10. Dow implied open down $88, and the Nasdaq still hanging in there up $94 based on those big names I just mentioned. All right, folks, be careful out there. Could be a very whippy day. Have a good one and a nice weekend.